What's up, everyone? This is Ramon DeFranco here, and welcome to episode 1 of a new series called the Hockey Stories series. A successful roster in the NHL requires every player on a team to fulfill a significant role. Some players make flashy moves and they score goals night in and night out. Also, these players rely on a 200-foot game system, whilst others serve as the club's security guard, laying down the law with their fists or bone-crushing hits. Although these responsibilities often vary from one player to the next, you have to put the puck in the back of the net at least a few times a season, no matter how much your team needs a spark on the scoreboard. While some offensively challenge the players who go long stretches of games without scoring a goal, no one has ever gone quite as long as this one. In fact, here's the story of Mr. Ken Dano, who is the owner of the longest scoring drought in NHL history. In order for me to tell you this, I would like to take you guys back to June 12, 1982, when the New Jersey Devils chosen Ken Dano, 18th overall from the Seattle Breakers in that year's entry draft. He went on to spend the next 3 years refining his game in both the AHL and the WHL respectively, before earning a permanent spot on the New Jersey Devils roster and play his first full season in the NHL during the 1985-1986 season. Over the next 14 years, the native of Windsor, Ontario, played exclusively for the Devils, earning the reputation for one of the league's best stay-at-home defensemen and being admired both on and off the ice for his shutdown system and self-sacrificing attitude. If you would like proof of that, you should take a look at Ken's 2,516 career penalty minutes. The principal thing that he wasn't known for was his scoring. Having played over a decade in the league and having played the prime years in his career, Dano never scored more than 6 goals and reached the 20-point plateau just twice, up until the conclusion of the 97-98 season. Despite scoring 32 goals in 910 NHL games, this did not stop Ken from reaching hockey's pinnacle, as he was part of helping the Devils in winning their first ever Stanley Cup championship in 1995. Upon scoring his first goal of the 1998-1999 season on November 7th of that year, Dano had to wait 3 months before he got another. On February 10th, 1999, the 35-year-old put on his second tally of the season when he scored on Vancouver Canucks goalie Garrett Snow. While those goals would be long enough, he would finish the year with this aforementioned pair of goals. Not to mention he went scoreless in the last 30 games of the year. This near half a season drought immediately turned into a full year of scoreless play, as the following 1999-2000 season marked the first time that Ken finished a season with 0 goals scored. Although he did score a lone goal during the 2000 playoffs as part of winning the Stanley Cup for the second time. But unfortunately though, this clear lack of regular season scoring failed to stop there though, as Dano continued to post a big fat 0 in the goal column in both 2000-2001 and 2001-2002. And with this drought entering its 4th season in 02-03, the scoreless streak was finally over on October 25th that year, when the aging defenseman scored his first goal of the year past Buffalo Sabres goalie Martin Biron. Overall, it took Mr. Dano an overwhelming 1,354 days, which works out to 3 years, 8 months, and 15 days to score his 35th career NHL goal. Not only that, it took him over 3 full seasons to score just 1 goal, with this drought lasting an unbelievable 256 regular season games played. And just like that, Ken set the record for the longest scoring drought in league history. And the only person who has come close to breaking the record since is defenseman David Hale, which took him 230 NHL games to score his first NHL goal back in 2008. But that's a story for another day. Anyways, following the conclusion of his scoring drought, Danico went on to score the 36th and last goal of his career on January 30th, 2003 against the Philadelphia Flyers, win his third and last Stanley Cup with the Devils during the 2003 Stanley Cup playoffs, before hanging up his skates and calling it a career shortly after this. In the years following his retirement, Ken has served as both a color commentator and a studio analyst for the MSG network, a job he still serves to this day. His biggest accomplishment was his number 3 jersey being retired by the New Jersey Devils organization on March 25, 2006, becoming the second Devil to receive the honor following fellow teammate and blue liner Scott Stevens. But you have to get this. Danico is the first player to have played his entire career with the Devils organization to have his number hanging in the rafters. Although it's a record that no player in the league wants to have, Ken Danico's complete lack of regular season goal scoring from February 10, 1999 to October 25, 2002 took his game to an unprecedented level of mediocrity to surpass, and that's especially considered how the game is played today. While it's not something to think about when fans hear Danico's name being mentioned, it's a record that he and he alone holds and should be proud of it. After all, he has 3 Stanley Cup rings to help him sleep at night, so I'm sure one bad record in the league won't upset him too badly. Not really. No. And that's the story of the owner of the longest scoring drought in NHL history. What do you think about this dubious record? Do you think somebody else could eclipse it in due time? You can let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear what you guys think. But otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on episode 2.